I'm going to be reviewing this. This is from Danessa Myricks, and this is her concealer foundation. Doing a wear test. You're going to see me apply it. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I really, really like this, but it's not for everybody, and you need to apply it correctly. Let's get into the video. The foundation, again, is this one from Danessa Myricks, and this is called the Vision Cream Cover Foundation. It's a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and this is what it looks like. It's pretty teeny tiny, okay? And then you have this little pump here. But here's the thing you have to remember about this, because I received a sample of this, and after I got the sample and I wore it, I was like, holy cow, this stuff is amazing, okay? You're not going to use a lot of this. If you are going to use a lot of this product, you are going to hate it. And I would not recommend it for a concealer under your eyes. Maybe a spot conceal on your face if you wanted to do sort of a no makeup look. I'm going to show you how I apply this. If you have dry skin, I would not recommend it unless you hydrate the hell out of your skin. But even then, I don't know. I feel like this would be best for dry or for oily skin. Oily or normal skin, I think you'll love it. Dry skin, I don't know. I don't think you're going to like this. This is a full coverage. This is full coverage, okay? I'm not even going to use a full pump of this. Okay, not even a full pump. So let's go in here. I am actually going to apply this with a brush, and I might go over it with a sponge just to blend out a little bit more. I'm going to do something different under my eyes. I'm going to use my Sicily, but we're going to use this. And I tell you, you only use a little. That's not even a full pump. I'm going to use that on my whole face. Okay? That little bit. Cannot stress that enough. If you use too much, you're not going to like this because it is really, really heavy. And it spreads really well. Look at how much I got on me already from that little pump. I'm just going to dot this all over. I'm telling you, less is best when it comes to this, or you won't like it. So I'm going to take this brush. This is from Estee Lauder. This is the powder brush, and I think it's the number 3 is what it says on here. Let's see if it says something. Yes, it's powder foundation brush number 3. I know it says powder, but you can't. I just cleaned it. I just want to make sure it's not damp anymore and fluff it up. You can use this for everything. I've used it for powder, for creams, for liquids. I use it for a lot of different things, okay? So I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to start pouncing and blending this out. And I'm gonna buff it, but this is kind of how I do it. And you can already see the coverage you get. You get really good coverage with this. I feel like this is something a lot of people don't talk about. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share something that maybe you didn't know. I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. I don't watch other beauty YouTube channels. I haven't in a while. See that little thing I had? I didn't even put anything on it. Whatever was on my brush. That is what I'm saying about this stuff. This stuff covers, okay? It covers and you don't have to use a lot. I just don't watch a lot of channels anymore. I don't have time. I'm doing this. I'm doing TikTok. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I don't really do a lot of Instagram. Instagram is changing. It's more video, and it's like I just haven't had the time to put it out there. Really have tried, but yeah. So this is still that little bit that I had. Look at how that covered my face. And I want you to see it close up. You can still see a little bit of redness by my nose, just a little bit. But this stuff is so full coverage, you definitely don't want to use a lot. Now, before I applied this, by the way, I used my, I don't know where it's at, but I used my Magic Cream. Here it is. It's a mess. I used my Magic Cream as a primer. You definitely want to use something hydrating before you put this on. I love this foundation. I really, really love it. Again, the key is don't use a lot of this or you will hate it. You will hate it. And I would not recommend it for under the eyes. I think it looks amazing already. Look at it again. I want you to see close up. I want to get the rest of my makeup on, I'm going to zoom you guys in again, and then I'm going to do a check-in later so you can see how this wore throughout the day. Now that I have all my makeup on, I'm going to zoom you in, and then I'm going to try to remember to do a check-in. I don't know what I'm going to look like then. We're going to show it. I mean, my hair might be crazy, probably not going to be wearing the shirt. So this is what it looks like close up. I mean, it doesn't really look like I'm wearing a foundation. You know what I mean? I really, really like the coverage of this. It just looks, I'm not going to say it's undetectable. You can see it. One thing that I want to stress about this is that you don't need to use a lot. You don't. If you use too much of this, you're going to hate it. And so keep that in mind when you see how little it is. There's a reason. Because if you use too much, because I did that the first time, you're going to hate it. You're going to hate this, and if you have dry skin, I don't think you're going to like it either. But again, I'm going to check in with you guys later, and I'll let you know. The foundation has been sitting on now for about 4.5 hours. I could let it sit on longer, but I have oily skin. So, I mean, if a foundation isn't going to work for me, I would know. And I already know how I feel about this because I've been wearing it. So, let me zoom you guys in so you can see what my skin looks like now. Okay, so I really, really like this, but it's not going to be for everybody. Again, if you have dry skin, I think you're going to hate this. I really, really do. And if you use it, you've got to use a half a pump. That is all I used, is a half a pump, and it's enough coverage. I mean, it covered my skin really, really well, okay? Any more than that, you're not going to like it. And you don't even have to use this, like you could just use less than that and just use it in areas where you need to, like if you want to do like a no makeup or, foundation kind of a day, you could do that. Now, it does say too that you can mix this with a serum that she has. So that might work with dry skin if you mixed it with a serum. But again, I cannot stress this enough. You don't want to use a lot of this or you will hate it. So if you do decide to get it, you can mix a little bit with a moisturizer or serum or something like that. And when I say a little bit, a tiny bit. And that's why it's so little, you guys. Okay, because people see this and they think a foundation, but it's so full coverage. I mean, you saw that little bit that I used, and you see my skin looks glowy. But I have oily skin, so it's going to look like this, okay? And I put a moisturizer on before I applied this. And I've been playing with this. I've worn it a couple times. When I first tried this, I hated it. I had one of those tray samples, that you get. And I tested it and I was like, from far away, I was like, oh my God, it looks amazing. And then close up, I was like, holy hell, it looks like crap, okay? But I was like, maybe I put too much on. So then I started playing around and using it again. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. And then I ended up ordering it. And I would not recommend it as an under eye concealer. I think it's horrible. I think it'd be horrible for an under eye concealer. And if you do, I would use a dot. Like the teeniest, tiniest dot. I haven't tried it under my eyes because I like what I already use. I like my Sisley concealer for that. This is fabulous. It's fabulous. Somebody was telling me when I was sharing this on TikTok a while ago, because by the time this goes out, it'll be several months ago. But somebody was telling me that they heard nothing but bad reviews on it, and I could totally see why. Because if you use too much of this stuff sucks. And I don't, like I said, even under your eyes, like, this is not a product that you're going to use a lot of. This is a product that you're going to just use it the tiniest amount, and you are going to get more than enough coverage on your face. The only area I had a little bit, I felt like I'd get a little bit more, and I used a color corrector, was by my nose, but I feel like I get that even with my own foundation. A lot of times the foundations that I use normally, I get that, but I still wouldn't want to go back and put too much of this on because I think it'd just be too heavy. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but I just want to stress that enough, because I want to really stress that, because I don't want you to get this and then just like hate it. Just know that you can only use a teeny tiny amount of this. Otherwise you will you will hate it. If you have dry skin, you probably are going to hate it unless you mix it with something. So just being 100% with you. But I really, really like this one. This is a win for me. This is really nice. So, and I don't feel like I'm wearing a foundation. It doesn't feel heavy, even though it's full coverage, but I'm not putting a lot on either, so that's why. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you were on the fence about this, I hope that my video was helpful to you. If you've tried it, you like this, don't like it, please share it in the comments, because we might not agree. You might have different skin type, or you might just might have been horrible for you, or you might have dry skin and you're like, oh my god, I love it. Whatever, please share it in comments, let me know your thoughts, and I will catch you guys all in my next video. Bye.